President Trump once again blasting the Federal Reserve in the wake of Friday's strong June jobs report. He told reporters just before boarding Air Force One yesterday that the Fed is wrong to not cut rates.
If the Fed knew what it was doing, they would lower rates and they would stop quantitative tightening.
Yahoo Finance's resident Fed watcher Brian Cheung is here. I don't know, if I were Powell, I'd get up every morning going, I don't know, should I look at Twitter? Should I, he's at it again.
Maybe just tune it out.
Is he right, though? Is the Fed actually doing what the president claims? Are they doing wrong?
Well, the president, this is not the first time we've heard from him. Right after the jobs report, actually, on Friday night, he had a few tweets as well, saying that they've raised rates too soon, too often, and tightened, while others did the opposite, referring to the European Central Bank, which is kind of possibly teeing up more quantitative easing or easing policy in the future. So, you obviously have this type of commentary. It's not new, but the Federal Reserve on its part has insisted that it is going to be independent. Actually, June 25th, shortly after the Fed's June FOMC meeting, you had Powell in New York saying Congress chose to insulate the Fed this way because it had seen the damage that often arises when policy bends to short-term political interests. So that's the best that you'll get from Powell in terms of saying, hey, we're not paying attention to what you're saying, President.
Staying on Powell, he will be giving testimony this week, and I saw the market reaction on Friday to a much better than expected jobs report. Yep. Markets are under pressure here right now. Doesn't he have to come out now here and say, hey, okay, that rate cut, it's still probably going to come?
Well, yes, and I think that's interesting because a lot of people read the positive jobs report, obviously, 224,000 jobs being on estimates of 160,000, as this might be too good, which takes the case for a rate cut off the table. Not really the case. It took a 50 basis point cut off the table, but markets and, for what it's worth, analysts are still saying, the economic conditions that are underlying what we're seeing right now still warrant at least some sort of 25 basis point rate cut, which is what we've heard signaled from the Fed. So that's what we expect.
It sounds like he's sort of laying the groundwork, President Trump, to want to fire Powell, but we've talked before about the fact that he'd need cause to fire him.
Right. So the Federal Reserve Act says that you need to fire a Fed chair, or if you were to do so, it would be for cause. But it's never happened before, so there's no precedent for it. But for what it's worth, interesting to watch how obviously we have those two nominations, Christopher Waller and also Judy Shelton. Those inside the D.C. Beltway are saying they might be primed for a replacement position for Powell if Trump gets reelected. So a lot of moving parts there.
I was just getting used to Jerome Powell, kind of liking his speeches.
Get ready for a switch up.
Yeah, oh no. All right, Brian Cheung, great to see you.